Greetings to you from wherever you're watching us, any part of the world. Thanks for joining us on the Friday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, tonight on the show, we will talk about the World Athletics Championship is upon us. It's going to start in Tokyo tomorrow. We'll also give you a slice of boxing on the show. There's a special being lined up for October 1. That's Independence Day in Nigeria. Chaos in the ring. We'll be talking about it on the show tonight. We will also be talking about the English Premier League and, of course, all the things happening in your fast-paced, money-spinning world of sports. That's the outlook of the show tonight. It's a two-man show, as you already know. My colleague Austin Okoda-Akpan is suited and ready as we go along on this ride.
For the greetings to you, Yemi, and of course, everyone joining us on the show tonight. It's always an action-packed sort of sport, and thank God it's Friday. It means we're getting into a weekend of sporting action. There is the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. Nigeria is getting ready for something that will practically turn around the shape of boxing. They've tagged it Chaos in the Ring. We'll find out more tonight on the show. And what a story in the English Premier League is Manchester Derby. I mean, and that one has got everyone pumped up. We cannot wait to get into the conversation. So, I mean, if you're ready, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm ready. We're going to have some interesting conversation. But first, let's quickly introduce our guest in the Lagos studio with us tonight. Olumide James Akombi. He joins us this lovely Friday evening. Olumide, greetings to you. Thanks for finding time to be with us to talk sports on the show tonight.
Yeah, good evening, Yemi. Good evening, Austin. It's good to share the studio once again with you.
All right, Austin, let me allow you to do the honors. We're going to touch so many places tonight. Probably we'll start with Tokyo, but let me allow you to do the honors, even as we bring in our guest who's going to be talking with us on the World Athletics Championships.
Yeah, I think so. Let's get with Tokyo because it is ladies first. And we're having a robust conversation on boxing with Ben Gray standing by. Let's go to Tokyo. Lilian Okoli is right there. She's pumped up for the World Athletics Championships. Lilian, good morning in Tokyo. Good evening in London, England. Good to have you on Sports Tonight.
All right, let's go back to Austin. We refuse to be deterred. We want to go to Tokyo. We want to go to Tokyo.
I know, Yemi. I really want to go to Tokyo, but Tokyo isn't just allowing me to get in. Hopefully this time it will work. Let's go to Tokyo. Lilian Okoli is an international sports journalist. She's right there getting ready, all pumped up for the World Athletics Championship. Lilian, I know it's about 5 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Good morning. Yeah. Welcome to Sports Tonight.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Austin. Thank you so much for having me.
That's so good to have you. Finally, Lilian. Is Tokyo ready to host us to a fantastic athletic show?
Tokyo is so ready. You know, the last time all the athletes were in Tokyo, nobody was allowed in the stadium. And now, tomorrow, we're going to have a packed stadium ready to roll the athletes on. I'm so excited. So excited.
I can see, and I'm sure you know they did so well with the infrastructure for the Olympics. They didn't really get to use it the way they wanted. With what you have seen, are we going to see state-of-the-art facilities?
That stadium, I went there today, it is clean. They are so ready. It is gorgeous. It's honestly so gorgeous. The architecture, everything. You're going to see it fully tomorrow. Incredible.
We'll wait, we'll see. So Lilian, it's all about massive competition, and I'm sure you're looking out for Team Nigeria. What are your expectations?
My expectations is I feel like Tobi Amusan is going to creep up on people, you know. I feel like she's going to creep up on everyone. She's obviously changed coach. She's just been focusing, silently working on herself. And I honestly feel like heading into the Worlds as the third fastest in the 100-meter hurdles, it's hers for the taking. She's a championship performer. I feel like all eyes need to be on her. People need to watch out.
I know, and particularly that she's in good form, and that's 100 meters hurdles is so competitive at the moment. But hey, she's got a world record, so we're expecting her to go out there and do our thing. You know what, Lillian, just hold on. We'll go on a quick break. We'll come back to you and continue to talk about the World Athletics Championships, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this quick break. Now, when we come back, not just Tobi Amusan, what other prospect can make us talk at the World Athletics Championship? Lillian will tell us. Don't go anywhere. Stay. Welcome back, Sports Tonight, on your award-winning sports-loving Channels Television. We're taking a look at the World Athletics Championship. Yes, it's about to go down in Tokyo, Japan. We'll be speaking with Lillian Okoli. She's an international sports journalist, and she's right there. Lillian, I'll hand you over to my colleague in Lagos, Yemi.
Cool.
All right, Lillian, it's good to have you on the show with us tonight. But let me just throw this in quickly. Apart from Tobi Amusan, you've already talked about, what other Nigerian athletes are you tipping to probably go all the way, podium finish, or probably win a gold medal in Tokyo?
Ezekiel Nathaniel in the 400-meter hurdles. He has ended this season so strongly on the Diamond League. I honestly think that all eyes need to be on him. He is honestly fighting for his life on that track, and I think he's going to get sub 47 in the final. He will make the final, and it's up to, I guess, how hard he goes out for him to medal. I honestly think he can.
All right, another quick one. My guest in the studio is eager to join in the conversation. I don't know if he agrees with what you said, but I want to ask you this. A lot of people have talked about the contingent, the numbers that we're taking. Some say probably too little. Do you agree? Some have also said, look, we're looking at the people with the prospects of winning. So where do you stand in the divide?
I think the issue is that a lot of people don't see the value in carrying younger athletes to get experience. I think nothing beats going to a championship and seeing what you're up against and learning and bettering yourself. I think a lot of athletes need that on-the-job kind of experience. So I am all for sending out athletes who get the qualifying standard, whether it's by rankings or whether it's by qualifying through time, whatever. I honestly believe in sending those athletes out there. So Team Nigeria could be much stronger. I'm 100% for supporting the athletes to go out there and get the experience. It's not just about medaling. Like, you gain so much. So that's my take on it.
All right. Let me just quickly come to Olumide. Olumide, your thoughts. Will the pressure be too much on Tobi? Because, look, I mean, over 200 million Nigerians, and regularly, the answer you get from anyone you ask, was Nigeria's brightest prospect? Maybe also Ese Brume, but Tobi, that's the name.
Yeah, you just mentioned Ese Brume, and I think that it's just about these two. Tobi is the one leading this team, and you know what Ese Brume is also capable of doing. So you're correct. You look at the team generally. 15 of them going for this event. That's a drop from the last championship. The last one was 27, so we've cut it down to 15 now, and we have about 6 different sports that are participating.
Events, okay.
And when you look at the names in these different sports, I think it's just all about Tobi Amusan. It's all about her.
Okay. Olumide talked about the athletes. I think it's only fair that we allow you seated, and I'll come back to him, then I'll go back to Austin. The athletes we're taking, the 15, and he's talked about them and whether or not they'll be able to get us the medals. So let me just quickly go across now and reel out those names. In Tokyo, for the men's 100, you're going to have Koisola Ajayi, Israel Okon, and men's 200, Udodi Onwuzurike. Men's 400, Samuel Ogazi, Chidi Okezie, the names in those events. Men's 400-meter hurdles, Nathaniel Ezekiel, we just talked about. In men's long jump, Charles Godfred. Men's shot put, Chukwuebuka Enekwechi. A lot has been said about Chukwuebuka. We'll see what happens. Women's 100 meters, Rosemary Chukwuma. Women's 100-meter hurdles. That's where everything rests for Nigeria at this point. Olua, Tobi, Amusan. Women's long jump, Ese Brume and Prestina Ochonogo. These are the athletes representing Nigeria. Women's discus, Choma Oyekwere, Obiageri, Amechi in discus, and women's hammer, Oyeshade, Olatoye. Yeah, so these are the athletes. And you know, Olumide, she talked about giving young athletes, upcoming athletes, who may not even be in medal range, medal zone, giving them that opportunity when they are not at their prime, because it helps them to measure up. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, it's good for development. It's good for confidence. It's good that all that we've heard about them, they can now, go out there and show
know what the standard is.
Yes, you measure yourself with the rest of the globe. So you now know where you are. Am I really what people think? Am I that person or not? So it's good, like I said, and that's how I see it. But if you're going there to medal, because the last time we went there, we saw how you ended. You don't want a repeat of that. I went and checked the medals table, all-time record. You look at what Nigeria has done. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to look beyond Tobi and Esebrume.
All right. You're scaring some people, but let's leave it at that. I mean, Austin has a few things to say, and probably one more question for our guest who's started by.
Yeah, Lillian talked about the city of Tokyo and how ready they are to, host the World Athletics Championship. Let's listen to Sebastian Coe. He is also delighted that athletics is coming back to Tokyo.
The stadium looks fantastic. I was there on Saturday morning. You can really feel a palpable element of excitement. I spoke to a lot of the athletes last night at one of our media launches. They're very happy to be here. The sport has a unique ability. As I've often said, it's the most potent social worker in all our communities. It does it most effectively, and probably more effectively than any other sector. It has an ability to touch the hearts and minds and lifestyles of young people in the way very few other sectors do. I'm delighted that we'll have a marathon on the streets. I'm delighted that people will be able to line the route. I'm delighted that, there's probably no more knowledgeable fan base than the Japanese fan base when it comes to our road endurance and our marathon races. So absolutely delighted we have made the judgment, initiated absolutely and ostensibly by our medical teams, that we're bringing the start times of those events forward.
Yeah, we're also delighted. Lillian is right there in Tokyo, and she's delighted also. Lillian, let's talk about the men's 100 meters. That's one event that really gets us talking. I love the rivalry that Noah Lyles and Leslie Tebogo seem to be giving us. But there's Kenneth by the side looking at them with a corner eye. Do you think he can crash that party?
It's not just Kenneth, We've got the Jamaicans coming through. We've got Kashane Thompson, who's the fastest man this year. He's run 9.75. We've also got Oblique Seville. So I think, honestly, it's such a stacked field. I can't wait. And I think amongst all of the top guys, there's a little bit of, I need to get him. I need to get one over on this guy. So I think all of them are hungry for it. So Sunday's going to be awesome. Sunday's going to be something.
Gonna be fire. I cannot wait for it. And the women's 100 meters, is it gonna be another Julian Alfred show?
Oh, Melissa Jefferson Wooden has entered the chat, and she is on fire. Throughout the Grand Slam track, we saw her dominating, and then she came to Europe and literally smashed the field. She beat Julian as well. So it's like Julian has time now to kind of see if she can get back and level up with Melissa. But I think in the 100, she's the woman to beat. I think she's the woman to beat, but I think the crowd's favorite is Julian.
We'll see. We'll see if she's going to, get them cheering and yelling. Thank you so much, Lillian. I know you need to go to rest, but you know what? We will be calling you regularly from now till the World Championship is done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's it. The 20th edition of the World Athletics Championships gets in our attention. Olumide, is there anything you want to add? What are you looking forward to at the World Championships?
I think that basically for me, they need to prove me wrong. For someone like me, I don't think we'll do anything different from what we did the last time. And you look at preparations, you look at the people representing us. Like I said, there are only two names that you can pick up. They stand out from the rest. And it's down to what they have done. You look at history and you look at what they have personally created for themselves in terms of their profile. You would want to look at them, okay, Tobi, okay, Ese Brume. So what I need them to do is to prove a fraction of myself wrong, that, hey, we learned something from the last time, and we have come here to improve on that.
All right, on national TV, Olumide has said he's not expecting much. So if the athletes go to Tokyo and surprise Olumide and some, pessimist is going to eat the humble pie. I'm making that promise. But we need to move on the show tonight. We need to talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League. I'll go across in a bit, show you what's going to happen over the weekend. And of course, from there, we transition to the English Premier League. But first, let's talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League. And of course, we'll start with a game to be played on Saturday. Bendel Insurance will take on Niger Tornadoes. That's the game on Saturday. It's going to be interesting. Bendel Insurance seem to have stabilized in the top flight and doesn't look like they're in danger of going back, because when the team comes up, you begin to think if you don't start very well, you might just be going back. All right, so let's see what's going to happen on Sunday. The matches will be played on Sunday in the Nigeria Premier Football League. You have Abia Warriors taking on Katsina United, Bayelsa United taking on the Yimba, Kano Pillars taking on Rangers. By pedigree, this stands out for me any day, any time. Kun Khalifa will be up against El Kademi Warriors. Nasarawa United will take on Wiki Tourist. Games to be played on Sunday. Plateau United will up against Rebel Stars. Rivers United up against Shooting Stars. Warri Wolves will take on Kwara United, and Ikorodu City will take on Barao SC. These are the matches. In a minute, Olumide, which one of these matches jumps at you, or are there one or two fixtures you like to say a thing or two about?
Yeah, I think there are two of them. Of course, the Lagos game, Ikorodu City, Barao. Last season, Ikorodu, I think they missed the continent because of how they started. First 5 games, no goal, no points, and we saw how that affected their continental objective. And so you've seen them this season also. 3 games played, all 3 draws. The goals are not coming. They were the best attacking side last season, but this season, the goals are not there. I want to believe that this is the game where they get to open their account to get maximum points. You pick this, you go to 6, and then from there you can begin to see where you move to. Another game, and that will be the last game for me, is the Rivers Shooting game. Shooting Stars, 2-2. They lost their first game at home. They went away, were able to get a draw, came back home. We expected them to say, okay, and that game was against Ikorodu City. Okay, can they pick 3 points now? They dropped points again, just at the very last stages of that game. So, and going to Rivers now, we know Finidi George and Rivers. They have 5 points, 2 draws and 1 victory. They are playing at home. They want to consolidate because you look at, I think that the only direct rival they have in the league in the last 3 seasons, if you look at it, is Remo Stars. Remo Stars are running away. They're already on 7 points. So you don't want to play catch-up. This is the time where you can get your points because we know as you go into the season deeper, it's going to be tough to get points. So I want to see how Shooting are able to navigate against Rivers United.
All right. Let me go to Austin quickly before we touch up on the English Premier League. These games, which ones stand out for you, and what are you expecting to see?
I'm looking forward to that game, Plateau United versus Remo Stars. Remo Stars still unbeaten after 3 matches. Plateau United still winless after 3 matches. They lost on match day 1 to Wiki Tourist. Match day 2, Katsina United went to the New Just Stadium to beat them 2-1. Match day 3, they lost 2-0 to Rangers. Now they really need to win. The Peace Boys need to show that they can compete, because last season they survived relegation through the whiskers. Now Remo Stars, they've shown champions mentality. Started off so well on match day 1 with Rivers United. They played 1-1. They were a goal down, showed good character, came back. Match day 2, they went away to beat Kon Khalifat, and then match day 3, they won again. Now, Plateau United must show us that they can compete, and that's why I'm looking forward to see what they can do. Kano Pillars Rangers is a big game in every way you want to look at it. Rangers did just enough to get their first win of the season, beating Plateau United. Now Kano Pillars, they are beginning to show that yes, they're a team that can compete. This is a good test for them, because they will be hosting Rangers right there at the Sani Abacha Stadium. That one definitely. And of course, all day, every day, Rivers United hosting Shooting Stars in Port Harcourt. Shooting Stars still winless after 3 matches. Rivers United did just went to Kano to pick 1 point against Barao, and they're not doing badly, still unbeaten. Also, because I think they won they drew their first game, won the second one, and then drew the third one. So still unbeaten. So momentum is on Rivers United. What can they do against Shooting Stars? And your darling Shooting Stars, they are giving us all the branding. We are loving the media hype, but we are lacking. But they are lacking good football. What's going on?
Yeah. I'll pass on that for now. And we'll talk about that later. But I'm very sure the results will begin to come in as the days go by. Let's travel abroad now and go to the English Premier League. Is our next port of call. Matches to be played over the weekend, and of course tomorrow. Arsenal would like to return to winning ways up against Nottingham Forest. New manager Ange Postecoglou is in the saddle. Bournemouth will take on Brighton. Crystal Palace take on Sunderland. Everton will take on Aston Villa. Fulham will take on Leeds United. These are the matches we played on Saturday. Newcastle United will take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. West Ham United will take on Tottenham. Brentford will take on Chelsea. These matches will be played on Saturday. And on Sunday, Burnley will take on Liverpool. Manchester City will take on Manchester United. This is the game a lot of people want to see for different reasons. But we can say both Manchester teams not doing as well as their supporters would have loved them to be doing right about now. And one of the issues a lot of people are talking about, how will Alexander Isak fare at Liverpool? Arne Slot has been talking about this player, and is saying it needs time to settle down. Let's listen to the Liverpool manager talk about his man, Alexander Isak, and the expectations on the forward.
The Swedish manager Jon Dahl Tomasson deserves a big compliment, because he gets one of the best, maybe the best striker in the world in, and needs to play 2 very important games for his country, but understands that if he would play him twice 90 minutes, then probably the player would have been injured for multiple weeks. And that's not always easy for a manager, that he takes care of the interest of a player. And so he deserves a big compliment for that, and we will treat Alex the same as they did. So don't expect him to be every single game 90 minutes on the pitch. That's definitely not going to happen in the upcoming weeks. He missed a proper preseason. I think he missed 3 or 4 months of team sessions, and so now we have to build him up gradually. With us playing so many games, hardly any training time, so that's going to be a challenge. But we've signed him not only for the upcoming 2 weeks, we've signed him for I think for 6 years. So yeah, this is what we have to keep in mind, and what the fans have to keep in mind if they see that I take him off at a certain moment, or I only bring him in for a small amount of minutes. That's all for the long-term fitness of the player.
That's a lot talking about Alexander Isak. Of course, Olumide, before we go to Austin as we try to wrap this up, your thoughts on the fixtures this weekend?
two fixtures for me. Of course, the Manchester derby, but first off will be Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, because of the Ange Postecoglou angle. He just picked up that job after the sack of
Nuno Espirito Santo.
And he's talking about how there's no pressure. He doesn't have anything to prove. And I'm asking myself, your first assignment is against Arsenal. We know how the man in charge of that team is. There is going to be a lot of pressure. So I want to see how he gets to do it, because one of the reasons why Nuno left was because the results were not there. For him, he's played in the Premier League, so he understands the flow. But I'm just looking at
if you're a Nuno supporter, you will say the results were there, but the owners wanted more.
More. So can Ange take that team to the next level?
Yes.
Where the owners want it to be.
Yeah.
Arsenal is a good test, because that's a very good side. So what is the shape? What result are you going to turn out? So my eyes are really on that one. And of course, the Manchester derby.
Where do you think that will go?
I think that these are two teams that right now they're not at their best. A lot of injuries on both sides. I think that City has had the number of injuries in that side.
It's a plague for City.
It's not also good.
Yeah.
They have not played well this season. Some of these new signings don't understand Pep's philosophy yet, and so it's a struggle. And sometimes I look at history. It doesn't matter who plays for United in recent time. When it's Manchester City, they seem to know how to navigate against City. So I'm not saying United will win. I'm not saying City will lose. But I'm tilting a bit to United side.
All right. My friend is trying to sit on the fence. As for me, I'm not going to say anything. I'll allow us to wrap up the show with his thoughts on the English Premier League.
Yeah, there's a big deal about two London derbies. There's a big one, West Ham versus Tottenham. Tottenham, West Ham need to show that they can compete in this league this season. And there's Brentford, Chelsea, which is a very tricky tie. I hear a lot of Chelsea fans talking with so much confidence that they will win that one. They should go and check the past record of that game. And I think Brentford, when I watched them, was it the away win they got against Bournemouth? They were pretty decent. The last loss they had against Sunderland, I thought they also played good, but they were just unfortunate. So I think they will push Chelsea all the way. And what else can I say about Super Sundays? Looking like it will be like a one-sided fixture, but hey, this is football where anything can happen. And with the derby, I mean, you never say never, because it can go anywhere. We'll come back to talk about it. That's the show in London. I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right, it's a wrap here in Lagos, but I want to thank Olumide James Akombi for his time on the show.
Yeah, good to share this platform again with you. It's really been a good show.
All right. That's the show today. We do hope you enjoyed everything we've been able to bring to you. We appreciate you for allowing us into your rooms without knocking. It's a privilege we will never take for granted. Enjoy the rest of your week. You see us again next week. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.